Pedagogy Indicators by Lucian. A greater number of successful job applications. 3 of 3. 29. I prepared to play a concerto. I did this by buying the piano from Napa Valley. First, I read the Napa Valley catalog. Second, I selected the piano. Third, I bought the piano from Napa Valley. In this way, I prepared to play a concerto by buying the piano from Napa Valley. 30. I prepared to buy art materials. I did this by protecting the duckling. First, I caught the duckling. Second, I placed him in the cage. Third, I locked the cage door. In this way, I prepared to buy art materials by protecting the duckling. 31. I prepared to admire the goose. I did this by stating that David Bowie protected the duckling. First, I noticed the duckling had a loose feather. Second, I neatened the feather. Third, I patted the duckling with David Bowie. In this way, I prepared to admire the goose by stating that David Bowie protected the duckling. 32. I prepared to listen to classical music. I did this by brazening out the job. First, I wrote the script for each point. Second, I wrote the brazenings for them. Third, I wrote generic brazenings for non-scripted dialogue. In this way, I prepared to listen to classical music by brazening out the job. 33. I prepared to write what the candidates thought. I did this by writing that multiple people successfully earned the job. First, I advertised the job to be performed in different locations. Second, I interviewed the job applicants. Third, I awarded the job to multiple people. In this way, I prepared to write what the candidates thought by writing that multiple people successfully earned the job. 34. I prepared to talk to someone in another language. I did this by translating the job application tool into another language. First, I wrote the job application tool and job application. Second, I looked up the language spoken by targeted job seekers. Third, I translated the job application tool into that language. In this way, I prepared to talk to someone in another language by translating the job application tool into another language. 35. I prepared to confirm that the letter had arrived. I did this by stating that cosmology, the universe, protected the successful job applicant. First, I awarded the job to the successful job applicant. Second, I wrote this in a letter. Third, I placed a stamp on the envelope for the letter. In this way, I prepared to confirm that the letter had arrived by stating that cosmology, the universe, protected the successful job applicant. 36. I prepared to be on stage. I did this by stating that the medical practitioner gave the all clear. First, I meditated, talked about philosophy on the first evening. Second, I meditated, talked about philosophy on the second evening. Third, my agent awarded me a role the next day. In this way, I prepared to be on stage by stating that the medical practitioner gave the all clear. 37. I prepared to be a good metaphorical role player. I did this by being true to myself in relation to other employees. First, I looked into meditation before selecting a preference for a degree. Second, I liked the degree. Third, I helped other people. In this way, I prepared to be a good metaphorical role player by being true to myself in relation to other employees. 38. I prepared to be early for work. I did this by buckling up and taking off for work. First, I buckled my left shoe. Second, I buckled my right shoe. Third, I took off for work. In this way, I prepared to be early for work by buckling up and taking off for work. 39. I prepared to brazen it out in 32 days. I did this by stating that I knew the successful job applicant. First, I asked the job applicant how she earned the job. Second, I listened to her say she learned pedagogy. Third, I listened to her say she present out 100 specific ads for the job application. In this way, I prepared to present it out in 32 days by stating that I knew the successful job applicant. 40. I prepared to present out 108 ads with 174 meditation utterances, words. I did this by stating that I liked the successful job applicant. First, I thanked the friend for this knowledge. Second, I listened to her ask me for feedback on a scale of 1-10. Third, I said you have to give the first customer 5 as a manager, with seen as version as for himself, the customer and any others. In this way, I prepared to present out 108 as with 174 meditation utterances, words, by stating that I liked the successful job applicant. 41. I prepared to be a Hollywood extra. I did this by stating that I trusted the successful job applicant. First, I observed that the applicant had no criminal record. Second, I observed that the applicant could use his intelligence. Third, I left the employee with instructions. In this way, I prepared to be a Hollywood extra by stating that I trusted the successful job applicant. 42. I prepared to make a deal. I did this by verifying that I had been employed. First, I rang the office. Second, I asked to speak to the manager. Third, I verified that I had been employed. In this way, I prepared to make a deal by verifying that I had been employed.